Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Battletech Mercenaries paint set. Now, first of all, this is slated to be an October release, but obviously I have one already. These have been available on Amazon for $90. I think the cheapest I've seen it go is like 70 or 80. I don't quite remember. But they are available to some people already. Contrary to the last paint set, I guess, difference, this paint set is the old Warpainter and speed paints. This is or the old Warpaints and speed paints. This is the new speed paint 2.0s and Warpaint Fanatics. So I do wish we got a new revision of this set to complement this, as if I'm buying paints, I might not want to jump straight into a bigger box. I might want to go with a small starter, but the starter has old paints, and to be honest, I've enjoyed the Speed Paint 2.0s and the Warpaint Fanatics a lot more than the originals. So yeah, let's jump right on into it. These are, if I'm not mistaken, the same piece of art, just two separate views or portions of it, and it is the Mercenaries box set art. Looking at the box, mine's a little damaged, but that's okay. We've got the colors in the box. We've got specific names for each of the colors. These are different from the official names for the most part. I think Factory Gray or Factory Primer Gray might be, I believe that's different as well. Anyway, they are all different colors from the starter set, even the primer. So the starter set primer, we've got just a regular factory primer. It's white. From the starter set, this factory primer says it's unique to the Battletech paint starter set. So there you go. But for the most part, these are regular paints, and they will say on the side of the bottle what the colors are in Army Painter stuff. So the factory primer, I bet you it's just like a white primer. So let's crack this open real quick. Maybe. I'm pretty happy with the box. I do kind of wish that they came with a mini, both the starter set and the paint set, the Mercenaries paint set. Now, I know there'd be mixed feelings about that, but I think it would help bolster the relationship Catalyst has with the Army Painter. And it would give you something fun to paint. It would also give people, from a business standpoint, it would incentivize those who would otherwise not buy this set to buy this set. Personally, I would put something small. In the starter set, I might put a Savannah Master, for example. Something just absolutely tiny. In this set, I might put something like a Locust. In fact, I might do a Locust in both. Just something that's small, but nice to have multiples of. Maybe an urban mech, something along those lines. So yeah, let's crack it open. So we do have 10 acrylics, 7 speed paints, a wash, a metallic, and a primer. We have a nice painting guide. I believe this is the same painting guide you'll find in most Army Painter paint sets. It's got some good techniques in it. Would definitely recommend reading it. It's mostly marketing material, but they do give some good tips and tricks. So worth your time to flip through if you're new to painting. And we got everything out of the box. Some more marketing material here. Just going over all the colors. I do have a lot of the effects from this range. I find them to be very fun. Anyway, it's just more marketing material. We've got our paintbrush. I do like these paintbrushes, but I'm also not particularly picky about my paintbrush. So it's maybe a bit of a bigger bristle than or bigger brush. I'm not quite sure what the terminology is. I'm not the painter. That's my family. But I do like them. I like how they're all stylized. It looks like we've got some jumbling going on here. So let's fix this up a little bit. Okay. So going through these paints, I'm gonna go through each of the paints and list what they are in the Army Painter paints. So we've got War Grime here, speed paint, and it matches Desolate Brown by the Army Painter. So nice brown. And then we have our Cab Tan, and that matches Boney Matter. Revenant Bone. This is an acrylic. It matches Boney Spikes. It's kind of a nice bone color. I do like that. Parade Chrome, which matches Shining Silver, which I think I have. Or I might not. I have Mithril. And I have Plate Mail Metal. Well, that's okay. Always nice to add another color into my group. We have Rolling Thunder Tan. Which is Command Khaki, which I do actually have. So nice to color with. I actually use this as a highlight color with the starter set's Battlefield Brown being like a base color. Do like a dry brush of this over the top, gives it a nice highlight. It's turned out good for me. You might struggle a little bit where you're using a regular Warpaints with the Warpaint Fanatics, but just a heads up. Bounty Hunter Green. I'm excited to use this. I'm excited to use this on some of the Bounty Hunter minis. And this matches Shamrock Green. So I think this will be a fun color to use. And then we have Wolf Gray. Also speed paint matches Ashen Stone. Which I thought I had, but I'm not seeing it in my collection. I think it'll be a nice like blue, like a blue-gray, nice hint. Then we have Widow Black, which matches Grim Black from the Warpaint Fanatics. I actually thought, oh, this is speed paint, but I was, for some reason, I was thinking it would match matte black, but that's an acrylic. It's probably a little bit darker than Gravelord Gray. Gravelord Gray is what I use for my Wolf's Dragoons, but Widow Black might be a good choice too. Periphery Brown, which matches Ruddy Fur. So that's RUDDY FUR. Periphery Brown. I think this is going to be a fun brown. I might do some Tarian Concordat stuff with it. We'll see. Ryuken Gray, which matches Cloudburst Blue. I think it's gonna be a nice like dark bluish gray. I think a combination of that with maybe Wolf Gray might be a good camo for the Grey Death Legion. And that's actually all of the speed paints and a couple of the acrylics and the metallic. If it were me, I personally would have put the metallic, the wash, and the primer all right here, and then just had a tray of acrylics. But that's just me being picky. Getting over to more of the acrylics, we have Donegal Blue. I think this will be a nice blue. It matches Runic Cobalt. So I think it'll be fun. Not sure what I'll use it for yet. There's St. Ives Green, which matches Army Green. I think this will be a good, nice base green for some minis. Ricol Red, which matches Pure Red. Now, I do have a gripe with the Army Painters reds, specifically. Pure Red is a bit too pink for me. There isn't a good, like, just plain red in the Army Painters range, which I've heard voiced by others. At least in the acrylics, there's not. Everything's either just a little too cool or a little too warm or whatever it may be. I mean, I bought a bunch of different reds to try and get a red that I liked for my Wolf's Dragoons, and I struggled. So we'll have Fire Horse Orange matches Burning Ore by the Army Painter. I think this will be fun for something like Clan Hell's Horses. I think it'd be a really nice orange for something like that. Although I've never really looked into the paint schemes of Hell's Horses, so maybe I'm wrong. Avalon Gray matches Brigade Gray. This is a nice lighter gray. I kind of wish these had the chart that the Army Painter has on all of their paints, but I'm not seeing it on these Battletech paint things. If it was just in the bottom corner, told you which what range or what color triad it comes from and where it sits, that would be very nice, but I'm not seeing that. I'm guessing there's one gray between these two, and I'm guessing they're the same range. But that is rather annoying that they don't have that in the corner. Mustard Yellow matches Inner Light by the Army Painter. This is kind of an orangey yellow. I think it could look nice. I'm not sure what I will use this for. Yeah, I'm just not quite sure. And speaking of, I am glad that the paint starter set, so this is from the paint starter set here. This is Hazard Yellow, which matches Babe Blonde, so it is a brighter yellow. I am happy that the starter set and the mercenary set don't have color overlap, or at least not much of it. If they do, it makes them more usable. Like it gives you a reason to purchase both products. In fact, even the metallics from the starter set, it's gunmetal, and from the mercenary set, it's shining silver. So there's a nice detail. I do wish the starter set got a new revision though. And we have Gray Death, which matches Ash Gray, which again I'm pretty sure is from the blacks and grays. and I'm pretty sure it's one tone lighter than uniform gray. But I don't know that. I wish we had the thing there. Actually, if we look at the marketing material and we go to the blacks and grays, yep, I have. So I've got uniform gray here, ash gray, which is here. Yes, it is one tone over. So this could actually be useful if you're starting out with this set and wanted some colors that were similar. Just to double check, where does Avalon gray stand? Brigade gray. It is that same color triad, just there's company gray between ash gray and brigade gray. And then we have Death Commando, which matches deep gray right up here. That is probably the triad I have the most of. So I do have deep gray here. And yeah, that's the same color. I do also wish they had the regular name from the army painter. So deep gray is a very dark gray. That little detail on the bottle with the color triad detail, having those on these Battletech bottles would be very nice. Oops, that is the wrong one. Okay, and then to the washes, we've got Combat Wash, which should just be a dark tone. Yeah, matches dark tone. Now, this is an old formula of dark tone, but still works. It's a very nice wash to have. I find it to be super useful. So, I'm happy that's included in here. There were no washes in the starter set, so I'm happy we have one now. And then Factory Primer Gray matches Brush On Primer by the Army Painter. So, just a nice primer. I'm not a big fan of bottle primers though. I tend to spray my primer. I find it coats everything evenly and it works great and doesn't take very much time, so that's what I like to do. And yeah, so that's this box set. I think in a later video I'm going to be using some of these paints to paint up a mini or two. Something I did notice we don't get in the Mercenaries paint set though is from the starter set. There is a painting guide, a Battletech painting guide, which is specific to Battletech. And it's very disappointing that you don't get something like that in this box. Overall, I don't know. This box set, like, it's nice. I like the colors that it comes with. It gives you options, but in my opinion, it leaves something or a couple things to be desired. So, with that, I think I'm gonna bid you guys goodbye, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye.